Hi, welcome to tonight's bedtime meditation. Give yourself a few moments to just get comfortable, sitting up or lying down, having everything you need around you so that you could get totally still and let yourself really have a reprieve from the day, the busyness of these lives, opening to a very different type of awareness that we don't often have space for during the busyness of the day, which is why I'm inspired to do bedtime meditations. This is when most of us have time to meditate. And so as you breathe, you could just give yourself a few moments to turn inward and notice what that inner life feels like right now. What does it feel like to be you? With all of its messiness and beauty and strength and challenges, letting all of you be here. You are perfect just as you are in this moment. That does not mean you won't continue to grow and evolve and investigate. But in this moment, you get to anchor into the remembrance you truly are perfect just as you are. You're human. And it's a messy business being human. It's really okay. And so just breathe and let yourself relax into that remembrance. If you notice a lot of tension or thoughts, inviting your out breath to be longer than the in breath. It's an easy nervous system hack just to really let ourselves feel soothed and comforted. Back in the day, thousands of years ago, if we were in danger, we wouldn't have had the energy to be able to deliberately make the out breath longer than the in. And so it got kind of in-baked to these nervous systems that if we're safe enough to make the out breath longer, which doesn't otherwise happen, we're safe enough to actually relax, let go of the stress, let go of the spinning mind. As if all these areas of you that feel tense or constricted or uncomfortable are like millions of little fists that are all balled up. And that as you breathe and allow your out breath to be nice and long, all those little fists begin to just open up. So, really trying that in the head, like if you're noticing tension in the mind, contraction around certain thoughts, decide to imagine as if there are these little balled up fists of stress and anxiety. And just let your breath begin letting all those little fists open. As if you could even feel the melting of those tiny muscles around the scalp and the skull. The muscles around the eyes and jaw and face, letting them all just melt. You could continue that down through the body, just sensing where there's holding. And inviting all that holding to just open up, release. All the way down through the back and tummy, the glutes and legs. And if it feels good to you, you could try to find an easy place to rest right behind your eyes and between your ears. Finding this cross section that rests right in the center of that big, beautiful brain of yours. letting yourself find this single point of attention. Again, letting the eyes and the muscles of the eyes relax, maybe even smile a little bit. As you breathe, and just imagine all of your awareness, this beautiful light of awareness that you are, can just rest and be held in this conscious seat of the soul in the body. And breathe, inviting your attention just to get comfortable, not needing to dart around or do anything. Letting your attention just be held in this single point. And letting everything else that you're noticing just continue to pass by. You're not those thoughts. There's nothing we can even fix in thought. We let all of that go. In truth, you're not even the sensations of the body. You could witness, thought and sensation is just temporary moments in time, temporary experiences. Coming right back to the seat of just witnessing what is. Maybe letting some of your awareness, like a big dewdrop, kind of drop down into the chest and heart. Giving this conscious acknowledgement of being present with your heart and mind. Sometimes it feels good to even take your hand and place it over the center of your chest, where we know there's a spiritual heart there, because it is where we feel heartbreak. The chest and tummy, sometimes the throat. They're these really alive parts of where we feel experience in our body. And letting all of that feeling be seen and known and felt is such a powerful way to release it, to unlock it, to give yourself a little more ease with what is. And so breathe and let that happen. And tonight, in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I'll share a short quote that really speaks to the legacy of the peace that he brought to us, the interconnectedness that he taught. And the quote that I chose tonight says, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." I'll say it again. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And so as we're resting tonight and tuning inward, really strengthening this meditation muscle, I'll invite you to open to something you really care about. You may have noticed today or recently in your life somewhere, just feeling into something you care deeply about. And letting yourself feel that care. Sensing this care as the light that drives out the darkness, right? The care that is always under the actions, even the actions of others that might say or do things that seem completely incomprehensible to us, seem so wrong in a way. Even their actions are driven by a care. And the way that they're showing the care might not feel in alignment with how you would hope they would show care. and yet there's care, right? And so there's this sense of us belonging to each other by acknowledging how deeply we care about so many things. How many things? I mean, it's just endless when we really get quiet enough to feel, what do we care about? What do you long for? We can sense in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s words the deep longing for peace, for justice, for a fair world, right? For a world where everyone is treated with the respect they truly deserve. And as you move through your life, your days, you'll notice all these different layers of what you might long for. And all of them matter. All of them matter, right? And so we can move from sensing what you care about a little deeper into what you long for. Knowing that first we ask the question, so there is this kind of intellectual component, and then we drop into the experience of the answer, feeling what you long for that might have words and that might not. It might just be pure experience of deep longing. Freedom does tend to be a big one for all souls, the truest form of liberation, which is found as we release a limiting sense of self and instead fall into this bigger awareness, the bigger aliveness of life, of belonging to this world, to each other, and to the energy that really enlivens this world, makes this whole universe possible. You know, we don't need to even define that or try to figure it out. Just kind of sensing that aliveness that allows even this question of what do I long for, allows that to be. And so just breathe, and we're going to rest here for a minute in silence, just deepening into what you truly long for and allowing this light of your awareness to be what floods into where it had been dark. Letting the light of your awareness in. And if you get pulled into thought, you can simply come right back to that place of witness, resting in the center of your head and feeling from the heart, sensing all of the sensations of having a body. As you let your body show you what you truly long for in this moment. And then eventually let yourself imagine as if what you long for is already here. If you had that, if the world and your life reflected exactly what you long for most, what would it feel like? Letting that in too. And letting the having of what you long for just melt away anything that would limit you from having it. As you're opening more to who you truly are and to this depth of healing back into more peace and the oneness we see reflected all around us in the natural world, it really becomes quite simple. In this moment, you could simply allow yourself to be what it is you long for, and to feel the antidote to that longing as if it's already here, because it is. And just letting yourself rest in this easy, open awareness that can play with these types of curiosities, not trying to get anywhere because there is nowhere to get. Simply landing where you are, as you are, is it. It really is. So inviting the mind to release any other complication or demands of complexity, just now resting in the being of you, in all of your complexity and beauty, letting it be simple here. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go, just enjoying being you. And if it feels good to you, you can send out an intention or a prayer for another or some thing around the world, whether it's for a loved one or loved ones or some other challenging event that's moving. We all know there's many. But you could choose some intention for what you'd like to offer them. Or we could call it a conscious prayer that says, may this being feel peace. May they feel love or comfort. May they find resolution or find what they're looking for. One of my favorites in general is really to all beings everywhere. May the light of the truest truths shine through all beings everywhere and illuminate this world. And may we all have the eyes to see it. And as you send out your intention or prayer, you can notice it being heard, and then allow it to kind of come back to you as being answered, as being heard and known. Whenever you're ready, you can gently release anything we've been looking at or exploring. Just come right back to this moment as it is. And I hope you have a wonderful night of sleep. And I look forward to seeing you next time.